Since this is my first video of Prehistoric Crafts channel, first proper video, thought I would start at the beginning of flint knapping. So you've got a nice big piece of flint, you want to start flint knapping, you've got to cast your first flake. How do I do it? So I'm going to keep it really simple, and hopefully if you're napping along at home you'll be able to begin flint knapping. Just, cast a flake. So, keeping it real simple. First of all, what's a flake? A flake is something like this. This is what, when you strike a piece of flint, this is what comes off. We call it a flake. This one's quite nice and big. You can see it's got the outside of the rock on this side, so that would have been there. This is the inside. Nice colour. So that's what we want to be able to produce. So how do we get there? Basically, if you want to make any stone tool from any stone tool industry, you need to master taking off flakes. You need to be in control of it. You need to be able to take off flakes where you can predict where it's going to go. So the first step, having acquired some flint, is to find somewhere that we can strike that is suitable, and we call that a platform. A platform basically means any area of the rock that is either flat or at an angle which is concave, like a bowl. So on this rock there's a nice big natural area here where it's been rolled over on the beach and something has taken off a piece of the material, leaving a nice big concave zone. So that would be something that is an ideal platform to start taking off flakes off of a stone. Looking elsewhere, I see lots of people when they try and start flint knapping, they go for somewhere like this and they say, well, that's flat. And it is flat, but it's not going to be able to produce any angle that casts a shockwave down either side. What's going to happen is you're going to strike that flat area and your hammerstone is just going to bounce off and you're probably going to hurt yourself. So we don't want areas like that. We want areas like this. So that's, those are the angles of the difference. Or something that is flat that way to the flat side belly of the flint. Anyway, and we certainly don't want anything that is convex, because again you're going to bounce off of that and you're probably going to split your hammerstone, which does happen a lot. So if you have a big stone or a small stone, the first thing you want to do is just have a look around and see where there are natural platforms, essentially. So on this stone, the big one here is probably where we're going to go. You'd be a fool not to take this nice big lovely space. There's also one here that could be a suitable platform. It's quite small. This side is all hopeless. So I'm going to start over here because you'll be able to see everything and hopefully it will make it nice and clear. So the second thing that you're going to need is a hammerstone. This is a piece of quartzite, I think. My geology is very bad, so it probably is a piece of quartzite. Basically we want something that's round. We want various sizes depending on the size of the rock that we're hitting. Big rock, big hammerstone, something a bit more like a cricket ball, something like that. Taking the first flake shouldn't take a lot of strength, but it will take the most strength out of all of the flakes that you take. So I'm going to use this one because it's a nice colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my big piece of flint and I'm going to have it on my leg pad. This is a piece of leather with a piece of sheepskin underneath. Anything more than 2.5 mil of leather and you'll be fine. I'm going to rest the area that I want to hit on the top of my leg, and I'm going to take my hammerstone and I'm going to strike on the platform, anywhere in the platform. This is quite a big stone, so that also means that you've got to tilt it up, which can be a bit, anything that is big enough that you have to tilt up, be aware that when you strike it, it might split down the middle. You'll be fine, but just be ready to let it drop to the floor. So the movement is really simple. The first thing that I like to do is take my hammerstone and take the platform and just give it a, you can hear the sound, that sounds, it's got a bit of a ting to it, that's good. Hollow sounds indicate cracks in the material, so we need to be cautious of that. So I'm practicing the motion, I'm holding the hammerstone so that my fingers are never more than half over the stone. So nice and safe. If you're doing it for the first time, pop on some, I've got my safety glasses, and pop on some gloves. Right. So you might be able to see or you might not be able to see. I actually didn't move my hand very much, only about 4 inches, because it didn't take that much strength, because the platform was at such a nice angle and the hammerstone was quite heavy. And what I've done is, you can see there would have been quite a nice flake. It's split in half, unfortunately, but that's okay. We've achieved flint knapping. If you can do that, you're a flint napper. It does take a bit of practice. A lot of the time when I try and get people to take their first flake, they either think, oh, I'm a caveman, I need to hit it really, really hard, and you know, it's a bit wild and they don't hit the platform right, or they're very nervous, hit it too soft. Just know that you have to be firm with the material. It likes, you know, it likes a firm hand, and if the platform is good, you don't need to hit it as hard as you think it does. If you're hitting it really hard and it's not going, then the platform is probably not right. So take a step back, think about what you're doing, is the angle right? But hopefully you've succeeded, or you will succeed next time you try. And you can see the area that we've managed to take out is very similar to the platform which we struck from. So now we're underway, because we've taken off a flake and that has produced a platform that we can then turn the stone over, and now we've got 2 platforms. So now we've essentially doubled our bucks. So now we can go take a platform there and go that way, take a platform there and go that way, eventually all the way around stone, and that's proper flint knapping. We call that alternate flaking. So this is the primary side, this is the alternate side. I've switched it over, now I'm on the alternate side. And that's it, that's really simple. It takes practice. But now once you're away, hopefully when you cast your first flake, and you haven't hurt yourself, hopefully, now you have what we call a control over the material. So I'm in control of this zone now because I have platforms on both sides. So once you've done that, you can take your flake. It's not the flake that's a nice big example, and you can make arrowheads with that. Possibly that one's quite big, so a nice spearhead. The main difficulty in making, you probably see if you're getting flint knapping, you go on the internet and you see people's lovely arrowheads and knife points, and you think, wow, how do you get that out of a rock? Well, the quickest way to do that is to take a nice big flake, and that's already very thin. So, a lot of the work has been done there, just in the flake, and then it's just shaping. So I'm just going to go around this rock and take off a few more, and I'll shut up, and you can watch, just, get an idea for alternate flaking.